Hello, hello. Happy Sunday evening. I guess is it evening or night? I think it's pretty night now. Let's see if anybody is in a crafting mood tonight. We're a little later than normal. Oh, there's Susan. Hello, Susan. Just going to give everyone a minute here just to get themselves situated. And then we'll get going because I have a plan. Oh, there's Amanda. I know she's at her desk. And there's Cheryl. She's crafting along. Good to hear. Good to hear. I love when you guys craft along. Oh, there's Christina, and she is in BC. And Angie's here. Oh, she's crafting too. There's Shelby. Hello, hello. Christina's here. Lots of my regulars. I'm glad you guys all decided to tune in. It is a little later than normal. My husband and I decided we were going to go out on our sled today. We just could not resist the sunshine. So I wanted to leave myself a little bit of time and not feel so rushed because we just never know when we're going to get back. So I did have plenty of time. So it was great. Yes, Amanda said she's crafting along. That's awesome. So I pushed it to 8 o'clock, but I still hope like an hour to an hour and a half. And then we'll call it quits. Megan's here. Lynn, hello, everyone coming in from Tara. I'm crafting. Nice. Everyone's crafting. Yay. Megan, are you crafting? Okay, so tonight, I always like to start my video off just showing what we did last time. So this is episode number 8. Woohoo! So the last one we did, we worked with a Simple Stories kit. And I loved it. And I got 8 cards added to my stash. These are the cards. I'm just going to quickly show you. I did do a follow-up video just showing all of the cards. And I linked it in the comments. I linked it in the video description of our last Craft and Connect. So they are cross-referenced. So if you go back sometime and look, then you can see. But these are all of the 8 cards that I created on, well, I didn't create them all on the live. I created 2 on the live, and then I finished the other 6 of them the next morning, and it did not take me long. And then I had 8 cards, so I love that. So yes, so that is what we did last time. Megan is crafting. Nice. Let's see here, Carol. So Carol, I believe you emailed today. Am I correct? I just glanced at emails when I got home. I didn't have time to answer anybody, but just give me a thumbs up if you did, because I want to address the thing that you said. You asked about, well, if it was you, this person asked about card making with ephemera. Oh, it was you. Perfect. So this card kit is a perfect example of how you can make cards with stickers and ephemera and chipboard, like the scrapbooking type of products. All of these are put together using that. So it's got pattern paper. It's got this tag is from what I would consider a 12 by 12 sheet of those tags that you can cut apart. This could be ephemera. So there's lots of things that you can do with that. And all 8 of these cards would be a perfect example of things that you could use the ephemera for. So I was going to email you and tell you that, and I might still do that, and I can link you up to the videos. But this is a good example. There is another set of cards that I've seen floating around on the social media that are baby themed that I am thinking that I might case, and we might do Craft and Connect with that too, and that would be using scrapbooking products as well. So that's the thing. Okay, what are people saying here? Melissa's saying it's too late to craft. Oh, it's never too late to craft. I just made a card with the simply stated ephemera. Yes. So there is a lot of fun things you can do. All my leftovers from the calendar kits. So excited to use those ideas with those. Okay, well, don't use them yet because I have the title page finished for the calendar, and I used all kinds of bits and pieces that were left over from all the months. And you guys are going to be blown away. It's so cool. I can't stop looking at it. I'm just so excited about it. So that's coming soon. Not yet, though. So tonight's card, I am going to make a very themed card. So I belong to our card swap, obviously, but I also belong to another card swap. And I actually joined that one before we started ours. And I haven't participated in a couple of months because things have been a little crazy. And today was the first day of registration for that. And the theme is St. Patrick's Day. Well, I can tell you that I do not have very much in my stash for St. Patrick's Day, but I really wanted to participate. I enjoy that group a lot, and I really want to continue doing it. So I decided that I had to come up with something. And of course, my first thing was to go to Pinterest and kind of get some ideas about what people might be doing for St. Patrick's Day cards. Because I have nothing in my stash like of cards that I could use. So I was like, okay, I got to go from scratch here. So again, a lot of things were very themed. Like, you know, they had leprechauns and they had, you know, shamrocks and like all the things. Like I know Tailored Expressions had a St. Patrick's Day release a couple of years ago, and everything was very themed. There's been paper lines that have come out that have a strong St. Patrick's Day theme, but I don't have any of those. It's just not something I collect. So I thought, okay, I've got to take, you know, product I have and turn it into St. Patrick's Day. And then my wheels got turning, and I thought, you know, this is a thing that people are faced with. Taking non-themed products and turning them into a specific theme. So one of the great things about non-themed products is that they are flexible, and you can, by adding just a little something, turn them into a specific theme. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to make the whole Craft and Connect session about that. So I'm sure you guys all have things in your stash. I know a lot of people have been crashing their stash to create along with us, which is awesome. You know, we see that you guys are buying all these things, and we want to see you using them. You know, like that's the whole idea, is to get to your desk and take the time to create. So just in the comments, because I love when you guys are chatting, what is something in your stash that you have very little of that might be a theme of a card that might pop up from time to time, and you think, oh, because I mean, I'm not a person who's going to send out a bunch of St. Patrick's Day cards, so I'm not going to fill my craft room up with St. Patrick's Day things. So again, I ended up, when I went, I'll call it dumpster diving, I found a couple of things that surprised me, but I really didn't think I had much. So is there stuff in that you think that you lack in your stash? Like, how many of you could make a St. Patrick's Day card with St. Patrick's Day themed stuff? Yes, wedding stuff. Okay, so that's a big one, eh? Wedding. And I have to say, guys, I was shocked. My son asked me to make him a wedding card, and I had basically nothing. So I was like, oh my gosh. Yes, see, retirement cards is another good one. Okay, so you guys are saying a lot of baby and wedding. Well, I know it hasn't been announced yet, but in our swap group, one of the swaps is going to be baby themed. And you know, it's not a bad thing to just pick very selected things. Like, it can be just sentiments. It can be just one little stamp or icon that you can take non-themed products and turn them into themed products. So let's just see what people are saying. Hello, Carolyn. First time watching one of these sessions. Well, hello, Anne. Welcome. Vicky said she could not make a St. Patty's Day card. Well, I didn't think I could either, but we're gonna try. And then what's Angie saying? I just had this happen. My daughter wanted me to make a birthday card for her Irish coworker and sent me a card to case. It had a shamrock on it, but I didn't have a die, so I made one out of hearts. Okay, that was going to be my suggestion to people tonight. If you don't have something with a shamrock on it, you can kind of make one with hearts. And sometimes it is very fulfilling to really get creative when you're making cards and, you know, hand make these embellishments that you just think, oh my God, like I really made that from scratch. So it looks like baby, wedding, anniversary are something, and retirement. That was another one that came up, that people lack stuff. Okay, well, that's very interesting because I would say that I am the same in a lot of those cases. Baby, so the wedding card happened first, and then the baby cards came afterwards. And I was like, I don't have any of those either. So I have since stocked up my stash a little bit, not lots, but a little bit, with things that I can take non-themed products and turn them into a themed card. So it's really interesting that we all are having the same problems. I have some St. Patrick's Day stuff. I even got a shamrock and a horseshoe from 2025 Spellbinders event. I already finished my St. Patty's Day card. So that's really great, Lynn. And I mean, sometimes you just need one little thing. Yep. Okay, so I went diving in my stash, and I thought, okay, I didn't have a clue what I was going to do. But I did see a couple of cards on Pinterest that I kind of like the style of, and I thought, I can substitute this and this and this, and I can make this into a St. Patrick's Day card. So this is what the base of my card is going to be, the base element. This is a set from Tailored Expressions that we carried a couple of years ago, and I got this because it came out around Valentine's Day. It's called Love Letters. Yes, but I loved the letter theme, like the envelopes and the notes and that kind of thing, because to me that is just so generic. You can send notes for all kinds of things. And I thought, again, I could pull in some different embellishments. They could be birthday, they could be anniversary, they could be baby, they could be anything. And tonight they're going to be St. Patrick's Day. So so that is what the base element of my card is going to be. So I found that, and there were little dies that came with this, which are the little notepads. So they look like this. They're just a die with 3 little holes, like a little note. So that is what comes with that. And then I also picked up these little envelope dies, and I think they were released around the same time. There's a medium one and a mini. Now, for me, there is something, Shelby, woot, I have that set. Well, guess what? You could probably make St. Patty's Day cards then. There's something for me about taking a regular size product, like an envelope, and making it mini, and it becomes fun. So I love mini envelopes. So I have those 2 sizes to choose from, and they go along really well with the notes. So that is kind of got pulled out of my stash as well. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to need like sort of I like to have like a basic kind of rectangle type die that I use. And I pulled out this one, all planned out too. The reason I pulled it out was because I loved this scalloped background. And I thought, okay, I can incorporate that in with these things. I think that'll work. And again, it's generic. There's no theme to it. It just kind of works. So I thought, okay, I'm going to pull that in. So those are my 3 or 4 non-themed products that I'm going to try to turn into something to do with St. Patrick's Day. Now, when I was going through my bins, I thought, okay, go to Lawn Fawn first, because they have all kinds of things buried within their sets. So like you may buy a spring set and they may end up with a shamrock in there, or a 4-leaf clover, or even a sentiment, because St. Patrick's Day happens in March. It might end up on one of their sets. So I checked through all my Lawn Fawn stuff, and what I did find was a whole bunch of these sets. And I have told you guys time and time again that these Build a Sentiments are amazing, because you can create your own sentiments in whatever configuration you want, as short as you want, as long as you want, and you can mix and match all the sets together. So the first thing I did was I looked for something spring, because St. Patrick's Day happens in the spring, right? So here is here's the Henry's Build a Sentiment spring, and look what's right there. St. Patrick's. And it has the word day. And it probably has the word happy. And if it doesn't have the word happy on this one, oh, it does right here. See? Happy St. Patrick's Day. So I've got a sentiment. But when I dug deeper, and you can tell how old this is because it's yellowed, I did find this one. This is called Happy Everything, and it also has St. Patrick's in here, and it has the word day. It does have the word happy, but look at it's missing. I don't know where it is. This is a very old set. So this one was exciting, but then I got disappointed. But when I noticed the happy was missing, I also had another idea that I have large word dies that say happy on them. So I could make the large word happy, and then I could use the St. Patrick's and day to finish off my, card front. And I also thought it would be really cool because rainbows are often affiliated with St. Patrick's Day. I have a few different rainbow options. I thought that I could do strips of patterned paper, not patterned paper, colored paper. And then I could make kind of like a rainbow assortment of that. And then I could have added the large word happy with St. Patrick's Day. So that was kind of on my mind too. But I wanted something just a little more festive. So that was my sentiment search. So I did find the spring one. Is this the one? Yes. And that actually has the sentiments I'm going to use. So that was exciting to me because I thought, oh, look, I do have something. And then while I was looking through all my bins, I came across this. Now, this is a set of coin dies that Tailored Expressions came out with, and you could buy them a la carte, or you could buy them as a set. Look what this is. It's got a shamrock. And I thought, no way. So I pulled this one out, and it also has a rainbow. So I pulled that one out as well. So I thought that was kind of a cool idea. So I ended up finding a little shamrock. I didn't have to make my own. And I did do a couple of rainbows because I thought, you know what? But when I looked at these, I thought, you know what? You could make spring themed cards with this. Look at this little umbrella. So wouldn't it be cute to have little umbrellas on it for spring? You've got birthday presents, candles. You've got the maple leaf. So that could be used for fall, or it could be like Canada Day themed. Hearts are always good. A snowflake. You could make winter themed cards doing exactly what I'm going to do today. So that just broadened everything. I thought, oh my gosh, this coin set's going to save me for lots of things. So when you see just tiny little things like this, they are great to pick up because this is all you need to make your card themed. And I have a couple others, I haven't added them to the magnetic sheet yet that I thought I would share. So hearts and stars are always a really good thing to pick up because you can include them with lots of different things like birthdays and love and anniversary and baby and masculine cards if you have stars. But here's so they had one that had a bat on it. So now, boom, I can do Halloween cards. There's ice cream. That would make a cute summer one. And there's a star. So there are some other ones. And we do still have a couple of these coin ones, I think, on our online store. If you type in the word coin, I think it comes up when you do that. But if you are interested in these dies, again, we're probably not going to bring in a whole bunch of them again, unless people request them, but they can be bought as a set. And, they're just handy to have, and they're not overly expensive, and they don't take up a lot of room. So I really love these ideas. So anyways, what are people saying? Susan Tidd, a cauldron could be a pot of gold. 100% it could. Rainbows with a pot of gold would be fun. So yeah, there's tons of little things that you can use that you may already have in your stash that you aren't really St. Patrick's Day themed, but would definitely work. So anyways, this is what I'm going to work with tonight. Oh, and then I pulled out an embossing folder, and I wanted, again, something generic, nothing themed. I don't want hearts on it. I don't want, birthday cakes or words or anything. This is just, it's called Texture. It's from Penny Black. We carried this. It's just kind of a sort of a plaid or textured background. So I ended up getting things ready for that as well. So that is what I'm going to work with. And you guys can see where my card is going to go. So I did do a bunch of prep work. I did cut out some scalloped panels like this. So that's going to be kind of what I'm working on to start. I did cut out and emboss my textured piece. My idea is that it will fit inside the stitching on this panel. So it'll go something like that. So my edges will be not textured, but my center part will, just to add a little bit of interest. So that's kind of where that's going. I did cut out a bunch of envelopes. And now what I did was I picked 3 different colors of green. So there's the darkest one. And then here are the 2 lighter shades that I picked out. Okay. And I am using Spellbinders cardstock today. And it was so easy for me to pick the colors because I have them all swatched out. So I just went to the greens, and there's the 3 greens that I picked out. So I thought that would work out really well. So you've got kind of a limey one, a mid-tone one, and then a dark one. So that is my color palette. Oh, so do you want to know the colors? I can tell you. We just received on Thursday a big restock of all of the Spellbinders. We haven't got it unpacked yet. We have to get through Click and Save first, and then there's going to be a lot of stuff being unpacked. So I'm sure there will be emails and reels and all kinds of fun things coming your way. But we got, is that Peridot? Is that how you say that? Rainforest and Fern. So those are the 3 colors from Spellbinders that I'm using for my card. And I did cut out a couple of the little notes. Cut out 3 of those. And then I did cut some sentiment strips, which I found out are also on that all planned out too. So see the little blocks down here? So I cut out the wider one for my sentiments. So that's where I'm getting all my stuff. So any questions so far? Does anybody have anything they want to add? Heather Smith said she finally made it to Craft and Connect. Woohoo! Fun things happen here. Okay, so I'm going to start by assembling 1 envelope from each of the 3 colors that I cut out. And the envelopes are really easy to assemble. They come, when you cut them out, they're scored. So this is the smallest of the 2 that I showed. I think it's called the mini envelope. So all you're going to do is fold in on all of the score lines that are put into the die automatically, and you end up with this cute little envelope. Like, I mean, seriously, when you, like I said before, you make something normal sized into something mini, and it's extremely exciting. What is my scallop called? That's from All Planned Out 2. And guys, if we are out of things, like I just got 2 humongous shipments from Tailored Expressions. They had a real slow period of shipping. Oh my gosh. I think they were just bogged down from sales and stuff over the holidays and restocking and I don't know what, but ours just were really slow coming out, and then they got stuck at our address for an extra 2 weeks. So we have a lot of tailored restock that will populate later this week. So, but this is All Planned Out. They have a whole series of All Planned Outs, but this is number 2, and that has that nice big scalloped background in it, which I love. Okay, so we're going to stick together our little envelopes here. Sorry, mini envelopes. And glue presses are another thing that are being restocked. They did not make it across this shipment, but they are coming in the next one. So a couple weeks and they'll be back in stock. Now I have not used my glue press. This always happens to me in a live. My glue press does not get clogged very often, but when it sits on my desk and it doesn't get used for a really long time, then it becomes a problem. So I'm just going to put a pin in there just to get that going. But all I'm going to do is just add a little adhesive on these flaps. And I just want a really thin bead, because I do want to be able to, okay, we're really going to, there we go. I really just want a very thin bead because I'm going to be putting something in the envelopes, I think. My little note. So I'm just going to pull up a magnet right here just to hold that down, and it can tack up while we assemble the next one. So again, I'm just going to fold these in and up. I'm not going to fold the top part down yet because some of them I'm going to leave open and some of them I'm going to leave closed. Susan Titt, is the embossing folder you used something you can order? Well, it's from Penny Black. We don't order from Penny Black very often. So you can request it, but I'm not sure when our next order will be. We order from them periodically. Yeah, we don't have All Planned. We will, though. We will have it in stock because I know I ordered it. As long as Tailored had it when we ordered, then it's coming because I stocked up on a lot of that stuff. But guys, make a list in your notebook or email the store and get on our notify list because that is the best way to do it. But to address Susan's question, and I'm not singling her out because I know a lot of people think this way. If you don't have the exact embossing folder that I just used, look in your stash because I bet you have something generic enough that it will work. And you might not even think it's going to look that good. And then you emboss it out and all of a sudden you're going to go, wow, I really like this one. So it doesn't have to be exact. I mean, if you want to add something to your stash because it's not something that you have, I totally get that. But definitely dive into your craft bins because, oh, we do have that one in stock. Oh, look at that. Woohoo. I didn't know we had that one. I've had it in my stash for a little bit. I didn't really check inventory. These Crafting Connect sessions are not necessarily about, you know, promoting a bunch of stuff that we have in stock. Sometimes, you know, I can pick things that are, but it's really about, you know, getting to your desk and getting things done. And if you happen to see something that you love, just email us and we are happy to bring it in for you. Okay, so those are just going to sit there for a second. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick this panel on here because I don't think I'm going to be doing anything else crazy with that. Ooh, I kind of like both sides of this. So that's the fun thing about some embossing folders. I think I'm going to use this side. So this one is debossed and this one is embossed, so it goes up. But this is a little more flat. So I think I'm going to go this way. Huh. Okay, so I don't want to add any dimension to this because there's going to be several layers and I think it's going to be enough with all of that I don't need a lot of dimension. Plus I might pop up some of my envelopes. We'll have to see. So I'll just put some glue on here. And the reason I'm doing this now too is because then I can put a magnet on it and it will have time to set. Okay, Shelby, can you pop a link in the comments maybe? Because Susan said she just looked. I think it's just called texture. And that's only one word. But sometimes the search feature can be a little fussy. Oops. I can try to pop a link in if you're not able to, Shelby. I can see. Okay, so I'm just going to throw a magnet on there. What are the little weights you have used? Oh, Loretta, these. Oh, I see. All planned out. 2 is in stock, not the folder. Well, see, I'm just creating chaos over here. So I am working on a magnetic glass board. We do sell them. We are out of this large size right now. We have an order in, and they will be coming back in stock, but it is magnetic. And these are little magnets that will hold my things down. So if you're stenciling or anything, then you know, your stuff's not moving around. But I love to use them too to hold my things together when I put glue on them so that they can tack up a bit before I use them. So you'll see me doing that a lot. And this is just a larger version of that. So yeah, that's what those are. Yes, please shout out questions. I'm trying to watch comments as we go here. Shelby's on for now as well. So she's all my arms. I wouldn't say she's my right arm. She's all my arms. So she can help with questions as well. So those are all set. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm thinking of having like a couple of envelopes kind of, you know, like this. And then one that is closed. So this one will close. And it's going to kind of sit down here. So I'm kind of going to layer up those envelopes. And they're green, so that's kind of, you know, themed for St. Patrick's Day. But that's kind of the look I'm going for there. And then on this one, I probably am going to put a shamrock. And in these two here, I'm going to put little notes. So, so I can actually close this one. And we'll stick that down right now. And then I'm going to stick a magnet on it just to hold it in place. Because the cardstock I'm using is like 100-pound cardstock. So sometimes it likes to pop open. And this way, you know, the glue has a chance to tack up before it starts popping. And my glue oozed out there. I don't like that. Okay, well, we'll see. Maybe we can cover that up. Okay, so now we're going to deal with the notes. Okay, so let's put this aside here. So we've got a couple of notes. Now, the set that I showed that came along with the notes is this one here, and it has this lined stamp. And this is what's going to make the note paper lined. So kind of cute, right? So I'm going to pull out my Misty and I'm going to put a couple. I have a sticky mat in here. This is the thin one that you can get from My Sweet Petunia, the makers of the Misty. I think those are also sold out, but we did get a big order on Thursday. We got a lot of stuff on Thursday. So once we get through click and save orders, we're going to unpack all that stuff. And this fits right inside the Misty. I have grip mats coming too from Waffle Flower, and also, no, just from Waffle Flower. But they're thicker, so you have to take out the foam pad. And yeah, so they're coming too. But I'm going to grab this lined stamp, and we are going to put lines on our note paper. Okay, so I'm going to just put this kind of in the middle here. I'm using the grid on the back to sort of line up my piece of paper here so that I can put the others in the same spot. I'm just going to lay this lined stamp just right over top of it, making sure the lines are straight, because if you stamp your lines crooked, you're really going to notice it. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp those in sort of I want it to look like a school, like notebook paper. So it's kind of a blue color. So I'm just going to grab this because it's nice and close to me. It is Sprinkles ink from Tailored Expressions. So we're just going to ink up the stamp. And I'm going to stamp all three of these. I only need two, but when I make a card now, I like to make a few of them because then I can put them in my stash. And the next time I need a St. Patty's Day card, I'll already have some made. Those are the smaller ones, not the bigger ones. Lynn, are you referring to the envelopes or the note? The note is the smaller of the two dies. Yes, the dies came, there's two of them. So I'm using the small one for the small envelope, the mini envelope. So that's what I'm using. And they are so cute. And they get cuter. Like, I mean, as soon as you start putting the stamps on to make them look like notebooks, it's like, oh my gosh. Okay, well, I lost track of where I'm putting this right here. Okay. So that's going to go there. So I'm just lining this one up again. And then I'm going to re-ink up my stamp. I know, so cute. See, again, it's that thing about making something that is normally a large item, like a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, from a notebook, and you make it mini, and all of a sudden it's fun size. So it's just very cute. It's fun to work with. Okay, so now we have two, and we're not even done with them yet because we get to add, you know how they have like the pink line that goes down the side, the margin. So here's a notebook right here. So see how you've got the lines and then you've got this pink line that goes down here? We're going to make that too. So just going to add a little more ink here. So the sticky mat in my Misty is holding my notebook paper in place so I can go edge to edge with my stamp, which I really love. And this doesn't even have to be stamped perfectly because it's just the lines on a notebook page. It's not a big deal. Okay, so now we're done with the blue. And now what we need is a little pink one to make the line that goes the other way. And I'm going to use Bubble Gum from Tailored. So it's just sort of a light pink like this. And then in that same stamp set, I'll just grab it here. We have, oh, I didn't need to take that off. Where's my stamp set? So they have a long line stamp, and that is going to put the line going down the other way. So let's put this back in here. And then that kind of makes it look a little bit more realistic. Okay, so we're going to take this one off, and I will clean that later. Ugh. And then this one is the line. And I want the line to go inside the holes. We might even do a double line. We'll see. So you're just going to kind of let that stamp fall on there so that it is sort of straight. I'm not sure that it is yet, but when I close this and I pick it up, there is a grid on this lid, and I can see that it's not straight. So I'm just going to kind of reposition that. Let's see. That's definitely not straight. Oh, this is a double line. Well, that's even more convenient. See, sometimes if you force it to go, it just, I'm going to redo this. I'm going to use the line on my MISTI and line up my stamp, and then I can, there. Oh, just the bottom is not right. There we go. Oh, come on. Okay, I think that's pretty straight. And now I'm going to move this over just a touch. Still going to line it up with the grid so I know where to put it. Okay, that's pretty good. So, actually, I'm just going to come a wee bit this way. Thankfully, this doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. Okay. Okay, what is the name of the stamp? Yes, it's called Love Letters from Tailored Expressions. And it comes with the notepad and then the line that I'm doing now. Plus, it comes up with a whole bunch of little stamp sets that fit on the notes, but you can die your stash. And then the dies that go with it are in the back here. We sold it. This was a couple years ago, but we can still order it because it is a good one to have. And again, it's one of those really generic ones that you can use for any theme at all. And that's what we're going for here. Okay, so there's going to be my pink lines. Oh, how cute is that? Like, look, we made a little notebook paper. Okay, so now I'm just going to put this in here. I'm just going to double check that that's good. Yep. Okay, and we're going to just stamp another one. So again, if it was me, I would probably die cut and stamp, several of them. And then that way you can make a few cards. I know I'm going to use 2, but I'm going to stamp out 3 right now. I'll have to stamp some more later, but I won't bore you. But it is very cute. And again, you can put anything at all on this note. Today it's going to be St. Patrick's Day. Next time it might be happy retirement. It might be it's your birthday. It might be just a note, I don't know, that you're feeling better. Like it could be so many things. But because it's little, it's cute, right? Okay, so now I'm going to take this off. And again, I'll set that aside and I'll clean that later. So I think we're done with our MISTI for this minute. And we're going to bring back in our envelopes and things. Put our lid on our ink so we don't make a mess. All right, so this is tacked down now. So I think I am going to add a little shamrock on here just for fun. So I'm going to go over to my little trays here that I've got all my die cutting done. And I think I am going to go with the darkest color. And I'm just going to kind of put that right on the front. So that just kind of brings in that St. Patrick's Day theme. And I was lucky enough to find a shamrock die. But, if you have a tiny little heart die, you can make a shamrock pretty easily. Cheryl's suggesting that we could put this in pre-order. They think this set is going to be popular again after tonight. Well, first of all, let me just double check really fast to see if it's in stock at Tailored. Because we want to make sure. Oh, so we do have some little bit shamrocks. Woohoo, look at that, guys. We have little bit shamrocks. I just want to double check here because it's called Love Letters. My computer's catching up to me. There we go. Well, I think it is showing in stock. And it is a stamp and die combo. So you get both. And it is in stock. So we can order this. Guys, you would love it. It's so great. Let me just see what sort of samples they have up here. Oh, yeah. Real cute. You can put little critters that come up. Oh, Shelby's going to set up a pre-order. Okay, well, just let everybody know what section they can go to. to order it, because I can put this order in tonight as soon as I'm done this live, and we would have it, well, if they ship quickly, which they generally do. But if they ship quickly, I can tell you, we have another shipment coming across on the 12th of February. So if I got the order in tonight, I bet you we would have it by the 12th. If not by the end of the month for sure, because I'm not in charge of shipping at Tailored Expressions, so I can't guarantee that. But yes, if you guys want it, it's such a great set because, again, so generic. And then now this one is, see how it's all themed there? Like, look, like they kind of all go together. It's green. It's cute, right? Like, look how fun that is. Okay, and then our little notes are going to go, like one's going to go here and one's going to go here, kind of like that. Okay, and they're going to have something on them. And then I thought maybe I could use some more little shamrocks and just kind of like have them like floating up here, like kind of like, whoops. Kind of like this. You know, all three colors just kind of floating around up there. Isn't that cute? Like, I'm sorry, but it's just so simple and easy. But when someone gets this and goes, oh my God, this is so cute. That's just the best part. So that's kind of where I'm going with this. Now, I do want to, this is where I thought the rainbow might be fun. So let's get this medium size, medium color. So that's this. So I thought on one of these, I could incorporate the rainbow. Because see, I've got the little die, the coin die. And then what I can do is I can take little pieces from the center that pop out. Let me just see if I can get this. So I can pop these back in and I can do the 3 different colors. So there's one. And let's do the medium size one here. This one can go here. Oh, it's so cute. And then I think actually I'm going to go with the dark one for the center too, because we've got, like, come on. Oh my God. Okay, so there, like I was thinking that. Now, do you think I should leave it like sideways, or do you think I should make the rainbow go straight? I think the rainbow should go straight, like that. Like, isn't that fun? Oh, great. Now I moved it. But I think that's really cute. And again, I'm trying to keep it all in the green theme because I want it to be really St. Patty's Day. So that's that. And then on here, haha, this is where that sentiment comes in. So on this one, what I'm hoping is that this is not going to be too wide, but I'm getting scared. Yeah, it might. Oh, I can stick it right in there. Ha ha. So I'm thinking of going happy St. Patrick's Day, like right there. So where's the word happy? There it is. So the happy would go up here, and then the day word would go below it. So there's going to be my greeting. Oh, that says boy. That's bad. Okay, maybe we should turn this around. Where was day? Oh, up here. Okay, so like this. So then that's where my sentiment's going to be. Isn't that cute? Okay, what shall we say? I am using the small and medium envelope dies, but I am using small. This is the small size for this. Oh, Natalie thinks I should go sideways. Really? No, she's the only one who gave an idea. What do you guys think? Do I go sideways or straight with the rainbow? Like, do I make the rainbow so it's straight up and down, or do I make it go sideways? I need help. Well, I need more than this kind of help, but like, isn't that cute? I just thought maybe it should go straight because, but maybe it doesn't need to. Sideways? Okay. Let's see what everybody else thinks. Sideways. Everybody wants it sideways. Okay, we're going sideways. Okay, so this is kind of where we're going. What do you think? Is that a good St. Patrick's Day card? And then we just have the, I'm going to put a green piece behind here and then the card base. So pretty cool. Oh, see, Heather, I know. I don't know. Well, we'll get to that. We'll see. Okay, so this envelope is done. Now let's stamp this. So this, I'm going to go back to my Misty, and I'm going to line up my sentiments. So again, those Build a Sentiments from Lawn Fawn are amazing because they have so many words, and you can mix and match them however you want to create whatever you want. You can do them as individual words, or you can line them up in a long line, and you can now you need the envelopes. Yes, of course you do. They all kind of go with it. They go with the notes. So I think Shelby's working on putting the envelopes up too, because I just think, I mean, it all goes together. And then the bigger envelope, which is actually the medium one, will work perfectly with the other sized note card. And I mean, it's great if you're only putting one envelope and one note on there. You know, she's doing this all on her phone, I'm pretty sure. She's kind of amazing. She's probably cussing me out at home too, going, woman. But it is so fun. And I mean, I didn't know until this morning what I was going to be doing, if I'm really honest. I didn't even know if I was actually going to get it done for today. I contemplated posting that it wasn't going to happen today when we decided to go out on the sled, but I really don't like missing it. And I know there's going to be a couple of Sundays in February that I got to miss because we are going racing. Oops, day goes underneath. And so I just, I might do it on a different day, but it just depends. We got a lot going on right now with our move, and renovations are starting tomorrow on my house. And there's just a lot, but I try to make sure I get on here because it's fun for me too. Okay, I'm shaking. Okay, so I think that's going to be good. We're going to test it before I stamp on there though, because I don't want to mess it up. So what I'm going to do, and to test, I love this. Where is it? Right here. Come on. Well, this one, no. I am going to have to use a bigger one because I don't know. Oh, here it is. Nope, that's not it. To go looking. Here's a big one, but this will give me the idea. This is like a, I don't know, forget what they're called, but it's like a tester. You're going to put this over top of your design, and then we're going to test to make sure that it's lined up properly before we stamp on our actual project, because I don't want to mess up my envelope or my notepad. So this is going to be our test. It looks like it's going to be straight. Huh. I could probably move the happy and the day a little bit closer. It's a little bit spread out. Okay, I'm going to do that. And then we will be good to go. But I need to clean this off. So alcohol spray. And I had a cloth out here. So see, that's a good way to test. I like, they're called alignment grids. That's it. And they're really, really handy. You can use a piece of acetate, but I love that these have the grid lines on them, so they're really easy. Okay, so Shelby says that the love letters set and the mini envelopes are up for pre-order in the pre-order category on our online store. So if you go to the online store button and then scroll down, find the big blob that says pre-orders, it's going to be in there. And that way you can pre-order your very own set of love letters and mini envelopes. And I will put an order in tonight if I've got enough. So, and then she's putting in the links for the alignment guides so you guys can see. So this is pretty much lined up. I'm just going to move it down as far as I can. I'm just lining it up on the Misty. And then I'll do one more test stamp. And I'm just going to push this up as far as I can. Just because I thought it looked a little bit too far apart. But I'm going to do one more test before I... You don't have to use a big one like this. There is an A2 size one. I just don't know where mine is right now. I've been pretty bad about not putting things back which is not good. That's what happens when you get busy. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, let's just see. I think this will look better. Pretty good. I'm going to leave it like that. I'm not going to worry about it. I could do the words separately, and then I could really squish them together. But I don't want to take too much time. Okay. So now we're going to stamp this right on the panel. Okay, here we go. Oh, so cute. Okay, I'm going to do the other. Every time I peel it off, I'm like, where did I have that? Was it here? No, it was here. I'll just make sure. No, it was down. I think I'll remember, and then I don't. Okay, so that is perfect. It's so cute. Everything about this is cute. And again, guys, remember, like, I know I'm doing St. Patrick's Day, but this can be anything. You can make it into whatever you want just by using a little icon die of some sort or a stamp. Where's my other envelope? Or my note. I have one more. Didn't I? Oh, it's up here. Okay, we aren't stamping that one. That's right. Yeah, so you can make it whatever theme you want. And that's why these are so great, because they're generic. Easy peasy. I'm just cleaning off this stamp because these are smaller and I'll lose them for sure. Okay. Perfect. What size envelope die did you use? Miss Heather, we've said it a million times. Let me see. She just put it up for pre-order. It's the mini. No. Yeah, mini. Let me find my package. Here it is. Mini envelope from Tailored Expressions. So we don't have it in stock until we put it up for pre-order. I'm using the mini. There is a medium as well, which is just a little bit bigger, and that would fit the other notebook die from this set. So here's where this is going to go in there, just like that. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then the coin is going to go on here. And then this one is going to go down here. And those are going to go up there. Okay. So now we got to start sticking this stuff together. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back here. And tuck this in and just stick a magnet on there so that, is it all the way in? Yeah. Just so that that tacks down. That's okay, Heather. It's a lot to remember. And then I'm going to put this on. And we said sideways, didn't we? Okay, so what I'm going to do is get the base stuck down first. Okay. Okay, I'm not using my tweezers, which I really need to do. I always tell everyone, tweezers are your best friend because it gets your hands or your fingers out of the way. Okay, here we go. So we're just putting it right straight on the note because the note is going to be sideways when it goes into the envelope. Okay, so there's that. And this is where we just insert. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue inside here. This is where we're going to insert the color back inside like a puzzle. Like so. And then I'm going to put this in here. I'm kind of glad I found the rainbow die because it's really cute. And I thought it kind of goes along with the whole St. Patty's Day thing. And it adds a little something other than the shamrock, which I was also surprised to find. But isn't that cute? Okay, so yes, Shelby's reminding people the envelope and the love letters sets are not new. So you might already have them because they were really popular when we had them before too. So check your stash before you order. But they are very fun. Okay, so you want to make sure when you're gluing this in there that you position it kind of where you want it before the glue tacks up. So I don't want to push it all the way in because I want that envelope to, or that piece of paper to stick out of the envelope enough to show off that little coin die there. So cute. Okay. All right, so now we're going to start assembling here. So my plan is, I'm going to go with the dark one, I think. So my plan is I cut a piece of cardstock, one of the greens, the darkest one. I actually cut 3 different ones, light, medium, and dark, because I'm going to make 3 cards. Oh, we have 3 rainbow coin dies in stock. And guys, click and save until midnight tonight. Ooh, so you can get 20% off that. Let's see who the fastest cart people are. But we can order more of those too. So don't stress. Just email. And if you don't have a shamrock in your stash, the coin die is a perfect option. It's very inexpensive. And then you would have that little themed piece that you need to make your card into the theme that you want with all your generic things. Okay, so this is going to go here. And then this is going to layer on top, and see how you can see just a little bit of that green through there. I love that. That kind of ties it all together. But then these are white on white, which I also like. And really, it kind of looks like the center is like the same piece of paper as this, only it's textured. So very easy to put those together. Okay, then we're going to stick this down. Okay, we're going to get a couple of magnets here just to hold that on. Okay, we have little bit shamrocks. Oh, the little bits are cute too, because that's just shamrocks, not a coin, but they're small little dies, and I think they're in different sizes, which is also really good. They have a lot of really cool things in the little bits. I know I ordered a bunch of them. They have like tools, and they have stars and hearts, and they have music notes, which would be really cute for birthday. They have all kinds of things. So those are coming again too. We've had them before, but you know, things sell out, we move on, and then we forget. And then I go through things and go, oh, you know what we should get? Okay, so now we're going to put this one down and this one down, kind of like that. So they can kind of hang out onto the scallop a little bit. It's okay, as long as it stays inside the A2 size. And then this one is going to kind of go here. I'm going to, okay, we can go up a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to put glue kind of on the outside here for now. And you know what, guys? These envelopes, I'm going to show you something in a second. So let me get this in place here. So these envelopes are really cute this way too. Like you could put little like postage stuff on here, like as if they were actual letters, which is really cute. So the back is cute. The front is also cute. Okay, and then on this one here, I'm going to put a little glue on this side to hold that in place. I can always add more adhesive. I just want to be able to tuck and fit and okay. And this one I might pop up because it's going to kind of overlap those. So I'm going to get some foam adhesive on there. I'm just going to put it right in the middle there. It's not going to sag. So much cute. I know it's a word that you use a lot when you work with little things. Can't help it. Little rainbows are cute. The shamrocks are cute. The envelopes are cute. Everything's cute. Okay, now that I know this is not going anywhere, I'm going to add a little bit more glue there just to hold that in place. Oh, it's oozing out again. Okay, and then this is going to go kind of like this. gosh. Too cute. And I'm going to pop these up. So I'm going to cut some little pieces. And like I was telling you guys before, these rolls of adhesive are so great because you can make your little pop-up pieces any size you want. And they last forever. Like I think I've been working on this roll for, gosh, almost a year. And I do a lot of crafting. Like, okay, so here's an example. I took, there was just a couple more rounds of adhesive on there. And I went to Christina's a couple weeks ago. And I brought a full roll with me because I thought, oh, there's no way I'm going to have enough adhesive. I still have all this left. And I've crafted since I've been there. And I made 30 cards when I was at her house. It was very productive. It was very fun. This is a bit fiddly, but it is so nice to be able to cut them exactly the size that you need. And it's very economical. You spend a little bit more on the roll when you buy it, but then you don't buy it forever. And you can put long strips on so your cards don't sag, and then you make little bits, and it's so good. Okay. Oh, Amanda said she's going to watch the rest from her bed because her littlest little does not sleep very well right now. Yeah, so she gets interrupted a lot at night. I don't miss those days. I was always very offended when my kids were little and people would say, gosh, I don't know how you do it. Are they all yours? And things like that. And I thought, what the heck? Well, I'm that person now. Glad it's you and not me. Okay, so now we're going to start with our lightest color at the bottom because I want, I don't want to put a dark one next to my dark envelope. Okay, and we're going to take this with our tweezers. Come on, stay on there. Push it on. Okay, we're going to put kind of one here. Perfect. And then we'll go with the dark one. Amanda's not feeling very blessed. You should feel blessed. They're amazing. Just not when they don't sleep. Nothing's fun in the middle of the night when everyone else is supposed to be sleeping and you're up. Oh, Megan's making fun of me. She said that is the most productive that I've ever been, that she's ever seen me be. And it's true. 30 cards in one weekend. I think I'm just going to, where should I put this one? Kind of like over here, like that. So they're just floating up there. And I think I'm also going to grab a few crystals or gems or sequins. I just have to grab my tray because I think it just needs a little. So I didn't end up using the sentiment strips on this card. I saw a slightly different version. Well, I saw an idea and I thought I might do a slightly different version of this where I would use the sentiment strips. So I might save those for another time. But I'm just going to grab this and just add a few little. That's pretty good. I have a cat hair on there. There, that's just a little something. Okay, so we'll stick those on. What are people saying here? Yes, you're right, Heather. The stage does go fast. Sometimes the days are long, but the years go fast. I've been doing a lot of purging of our basement, and I've come across so many photos of when my kids were little. Oh my gosh. Is the tape you're using the Altenew Instant Dimension foam? It is, Susan. I like it, and I like the Scotch brand the best. The scrapbook adhesives also is good, but I think the other two are just a little nicer to use. And what width size is the Altenew foam tape you're using? I am using the 1/2 inch width. I think it comes in 1/4 inch and 1 inch as well, if I'm not mistaken. But I like the 1/2. It works good. It's kind of like, you don't want it too thin because then you have to use more if you're doing the back of a card, but you don't want it too thick because then you're going to be constantly cutting it down all the time. So I find the 1/2 inch is a good size. Oh, you know what I need? I need one of those trays on the edge of my glass mat that I showed in my live the other day, because then I could just scoop my sequins right off. But I still have to add those to my thing. Who would have thought you could make such a cute card with tiny envelopes for any occasion? Are you kidding? I know, right? So again, try to envision this. So the envelopes, the notes, that's all generic. Okay. So you can make this into a birthday card. So you put a birthday message there, and you have like little cakes, or you have balloons, or you have, I don't know, other birthday things. You could have like, you could have, what else could you have? You could have a baby card, and you put your message there, and then you could have little baby icons. I mean, there's tons of stuff. If like I said, if you, yeah, the craft catchers, exactly. If you have small stamp sets, like you could make a spring card, and like little butterflies could be up there. You could add flowers. You could add anything. Like there's just so many things, hearts, all that sort of stuff. And bam, you have a themed card. So there's the close-up view. So you can see all the layers. So you've got the scalloped piece from the all planned out 2. You've got your embossed piece that I've layered on top. So the stitching still shows. You've got your mini envelopes, your little note cards that come along with that set. And then I found in my stash, I was so shocked, the little coin die that had the shamrock, and then I added the rainbow. But again, you can do whatever. You can use stamp sets. You can use anything that you have that's small that would fit on there. You can make a shamrock for sure using hearts, because if you look closely at the shamrock, they're just 3 little hearts, right? You could join them in the center and then add a stick, and you would have a shamrock. So it's pretty easy to do that. But again, not themed products. Add just like 1 or 2 little things that are themed, and all of a sudden you've got a very themed card. And it's stuff that I did not have, or didn't think I had much of in my stash at all. And I love it. I think it looks very festive, but those products that I used as my base are very generic and can be used over and over and over. So don't ignore the themed things when you see them, because again, picking up a small die that makes a shamrock is not expensive, but it allows you to do something like this. Which one? I use the Henry's Build a Sentiment Spring. Christmas would be awesome. Yep. And I mean, we all have tons of product in our stash for Christmas. And yeah, color choice is huge too. Good point, Shelby, because again, just pulling in the greens definitely make it themed. So that's another thing too, is choosing colors is great. So again, if I was doing a baby boy card, if I used all the pale blues, and even like a dark navy blue, a medium blue, a light blue, and then a baby sentiment, and maybe you have some embellishments that you can throw on there. And your embellishments can be even with stickers or ephemera, because Carol was saying later, how do you use that ephemera? Well, this is a time where you can go through your ephemera pieces and find out maybe you have something in there that works with the theme that you're working with. It doesn't all have to be stamps and dies. You can mix and match and do all kinds of fun things. Okay, well, that is it for me tonight. Look at that, just an hour and 10 minutes, and we have one card done. And I have lots of stuff cut out here, so I'll easily be able to make up a few more. And I'm going to pop them in my stash. It's not a popular theme for me, but it's definitely something that might come up. And I'm now able to participate in my other swap, which I love too. So that was it. And again, if you are wanting to order the envelopes and the stamp and die that created the notes, those are up in the pre-order category. So the blob that says pre-order, they're right in there. And I'm going to go and see if we have had many people order because I can put an order in tonight. I mean, I'll probably just order a bunch anyways because I can refer people to this video for sure. But it is pretty fun. Oh, yes, I see people are ordering. Which is good. I love it. I mean, that's not what my intention was. It was really just seriously to get a card done. And I did it. So we're all good. Okay, that's it for me. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to go put an order in. And I will see you guys again soon.